as long as I have you near me. It's roots, man, roots. You know what? 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 You know
Comedy Club, here's Johnny!
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're going to have to tone that down a little bit, otherwise I'm going to get a big head and it will barely fit my crown anymore. I know, as successful as I am, a lot of people say, "Hey, Johnny, how do you relate to the common man?" And I have lots of simple tastes. I like to lay out, take a nap on a hot summer day in my hammock, you know, for only a couple of hours, because otherwise my butlers get tired. I'll let that joke get for those of you in the back. Let that one float through the ozone layer that is rapidly depleting. No, you can take that one back. Have you ever seen someone take back a standing ovation they wish they didn't give? That you should have given at the beginning? That's how it works. You guys are enjoying yourself. Anyone here out on a date tonight? One person. One sad little man. Brings me back to my first love out in Nebraska, Christina Statutory. She went to Lincoln High School, and she was crowned Miss Lincoln 4 years in a row. That's because all of the boys in that high school took a shot at her in the booth. Yeah. Joan Rivers is here tonight. That threw me off. I thought I had the night off for a moment. People were asking the question, will you have Joan Rivers act like your wife tonight? And I'll tell you right now, I would never pay anyone to act like my wife. Ever since I got divorced, your heroes start to change. You know, growing up, my heroes were people like Jack Benny. And then I got divorced, and I had heroes like Henry VIII. But you guys excited for the holidays? I'm very excited. They said this year, President Bush will be sending out 96,000 holiday cards. That is, of course, assuming that Dan Quayle has all the time to lick the envelopes. But it should be good this year. Something worth noting, the holiday parades, they have run out of flowers. This is true. Did you hear that? They are replacing some of the flowers with vegetables. So there's going to be a radish display and an eggplant display. And NBC, contributing to this, have decided to donate 4 of their vice presidents. No, it's okay. I have all day. I know. Can't take back 2 ovations that you didn't give in the first place. Firing my writers after this. Just like he did on the show. One thing I found out, apparently there's going to be an extra second this year in 2016. Yeah. One extra second, you know, which raises the question, how do you adjust your VCR? Here in 2016. I know. But given the extra second that we have, like most of you, I have decided I'm going to think about all of the good things that happened in 2016 in that extra moment of time. Which also raises the questions, what will I do with the rest of that second? Probably wish Prince was still alive. But I died first, so that's weird. No, it's crazy. We have an extra second, which also raises the question, how do you adjust? It's like my sleep patterns are going to be all off. My meals. Johnny Carson was remarkable about dealing with bombing. And I'm going to live up to that reputation while not cursing all of you out. My Ed McMahon is hungover. And they didn't bring out an animal to poop on me, so we'll get through this. I was talking to a fine young lady in the audience earlier, and she said, "Sir, can I capture you on canvas?" And I was like, "You mean like a painting?" And she said, "No, I have an army cot in my Winnebago." All right. We're going to try to bring that same level of enthusiasm for the rest of the show as we warm up with our first performer of the night. Please welcome to the stage, Mitch Hedberg.
Thank you. How you guys doing tonight? Wormhole. All right. All right. I got some jokes I want to tell for you guys. Some jokes. These are some jokes that I learned today. These aren't my jokes. These are just jokes that I had to figure out how to tell on stage today. All right, these are the jokes that I learned today. Yeah, I haven't slept in 10 days because that would be too long. All right, that's the first joke right there. That joke kicked off the set. This shirt is dry clean only, which means it's dirty. Yeah. I bought a $7 pen because I always lose pens and I got sick of not caring. Yeah. All right. I got a parrot. The parrot talked, but it did not say it was hungry, so it died. I got a donut the other day, and they gave me the receipt for a donut. I thought that was completely unnecessary. I just can't imagine myself being in a situation where I had to prove about a donut. I had one skeptical friend. Don't even act like you didn't get that donut. So I do got the receipt, my friend. Oh, actually, I left it at home. It's under the file, under D for donuts. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. They say you gotta be above the influence, but I'm afraid of heights. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do now, man. All right. Give it up for my bass player this song. Give it up for Cole one time. Appreciate it. Yeah, getting me through this. I got an oscillating fan recently. I like an oscillating fan because it looks like it's always saying no. So I just like to sit around and just ask it questions. Did you use up a lot of my electricity? Do you only have 3 settings? Liar! Bullshit, my fan fucking lied to me. Now I will pull the pin up. Now you ain't saying shit. An escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. You'll never see an escalator temporarily out of order. You only see an escalator temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. I could read minds, but it's pointless because I'm illiterate. I know what you're thinking. If I could read. All right, I'll try to sneak that one in there. I got 2 straws in here in case one breaks down. You know how crazy straws, how they go all over the place? These straws are fucking sane. They ain't going nowhere. I think with Pringles, their original intention was to create tennis balls. But on the day of delivery, they got a whole bunch of potatoes. But Pringles is a laid back company. So whenever they got there, I was like, fuck it, cut them up. I was listening to an oldie song in reverse, and it was Young Again. I'll be honest, that wasn't even my joke. That was a completely other person's joke. That was written by some 17-year-old black kid. Okay, try to sneak that one in there too. I'm sorry. You know, you see these advertisements. And I was like, you can get this product in 3 easy payments of $19.99. You know what I'd like to see? I like to see advertising the product. They say you get this product in 2 easy payments and 1 fucking complicated payment. That's why you those first 2 ones are easy, but that last payment, that one's a bitch. The mailman would get shot to death. The envelope would not seal, and the stamp would be in the wrong denomination. Good luck, fucker. The last payment has to be paid in wampum. All right. All right, I got one more for you guys. All right. You know, in the restaurant industry, they always got whenever it's busy, they start forming wait lines and everything. You just hear them. They would be like, Dufresne, party of 2. Dufresne, party of 2. And if nobody answers, they call it again. Dufresne, party of 2. And if no one answers, they just move on to the next person. Bush, party of 3. Well, what happened to the Dufresnes? No one seems to care. The Dufresnes are in somebody's truck right now, and they have duct tape over their mouth, and they're hungry. Bush, church party of 3. You can eat as soon as you find the Dufresnes. You guys have been great this year. You guys get home safe.
So, Johnny Carson famously got through technical difficulties in his career. Like drinking. And cheating on his wife. Up next, we have a real special treat. Please welcome to the stage, Robin Williams.
Hello, Savannah! Oh, yes, let me hear it from you! Oh, thank you so much. We got the orgasm out of the way at the front. That was very nice of you. Oh, who's drinking tonight? Who out there is drinking? All right, I heard you do that in Savannah. I can't do that anymore. I'm just drinking a little bit of water here. I kept on waking up on my car hood nude with my keys up my ass. Oh, not a good thing. It's like, can I help you? No, it's just flooded. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Never mind. It'll be fine. But these people, they lie to you. These alcohol companies, they lie to you. They have all these commercials that make alcohol look good for you. They have all these alcohol commercials with these manly men doing manly things. You know, you've just killed a small animal. You deserve a light beer. No, why don't they have, realistic beer commercials? What does a realistic beer commercial sound like? A realistic beer commercial sounds like, it's 5 a.m. and you've just pissed on a dumpster. It's Miller time. Absolutely. It's true. It's 100% true. And the problem is that's not where you stop either. That's not the problem. You don't stop there. You move on to wine. You get fancy with it. And I know there are people up in Hilton Head that wish they were here today. They were like, oh, God, he's talking about wine. Why didn't we make it? Darn. And I have a problem with wine because they always say, oh, do you do the red or the white? Do you do the chicken or the fish? Who cares? They're dead. It's not like the chicken's gonna be like, do the red. No, it's not gonna happen. And plus, that's not the kind of wine I'm talking about anyways. I'm talking about Mad Dog 2020. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The elegant wine with the screw top. After a bottle of which you'll see people's vapor trails. It's 100% true. No, but I had to stop drinking. I had to stop because, you know, you always end up paying. You end up paying the next day. You have to pay. Oh, good Lord, help me now. I don't want to do it. You're laying there in bed like that scene from The Fly. Help me, help me. And the room is spinning around. It's spinning around like a roulette wheel, like, place your bets, place your bets. And then, of course, there's the toilet in the corner being like, talk to me. It's true. And then you try to get up and you try to walk through your house, but it's like the Elephant Man going through a sprinkler. It just doesn't work. And your dog's looking at you like, you know what you fucking said to me last night? I had to back out of the room. You promised me an evening with Lassie. You lied to me, you bastard. It's no good. And then the problem with alcohol is sometimes you drink so much you don't remember. You don't remember what you did. You have those friends who call you up and they're so polite, they're so nice. You say, hello? I did what? Really? I took a dump in your tuba? No, you said sit in with the band. Oh, it's no good. Really though, ever since I stopped drinking, it's fine, you know. It's exactly like it was, except there's less dents in my car. Yes, no. And then there's your friend who's just smoking marijuana. Yes, he's like, you know, alcohol is a crutch, man. Really? Really, Dr. Herbalife? You're giving me shit? You just macrameed your ass to the couch. And the problem with marijuana is your discretion goes out the window. You could be eating Kitter going, this is crunchy, man. This is good. Yeah. And the problem with these people are they don't just have fun themselves, they want to get their pets high. Don't do that! Just because you've proved Darwin wrong, don't bring everyone else along with you. Your dog's looking at you like, please, man, leave me alone. I just want to lick my genitals in peace. And you're like, come here, Farfel. He's like, oh my God, my tail, 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 my tail. And then your cat's looking at you like, give it your best shot. I've been doing catnip since the day I was born. And all of a sudden he's like, ah. He turns into Rambo Kitty. He's like, the first thing I'm gonna do is climb you like a drape. Ah! The double dismount. And then 15 times around the house real quick. Then scaring the kids. And then he's at the back window making this sound. Like a baby in a blender. It's true. And then the problem is you get hungry and you think you can leave the house. Good luck. You just have to find your feet first. And if you have one of those new fancy Japanese cars from the 1980s, it has the door that goes, your door is now open. And if you're stoned, you're thinking, I knew that. So you jump in the car and you're like, ha, time to go. Keys, keys, yes, keys. Ah, here we go. Oh, reverse. And you're speeding down the highway. Ah! And your wind is flying through your hair. Your window isn't even down. No, you're going at light speed and you're thinking, Scotty's sitting next to you going, don't do it, Jim. She can't go any faster. It's just a Chevy. Slow down. And you're driving and you turn on the radio and it's like, hola, and you understand everything they're saying. Yes, you change the channel and all it's like, the man found stoned down the highway. Oh my God, how do they know? How do they know? And then all of a sudden you see it in your rearview window. Red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue. How patriotic. No, you start freaking out. Oh God, no, pull it over. And you start rehearsing. What's the problem, officer? What seems to be the problem, officer? What seems to be the problem? Nice day. What seems to be the problem, officer? And you're ready for it. And it's usually one of these motorcycle cops gets off their bike like, my God, I'm well endowed. Let me get your door for you. There you go. And then you get hit with this Colombian sauna, and all of a sudden he thinks, I'm hungry, but I don't know why. And you've been rehearsing, you're ready. You're like, what seems to be the problem? What seems to be the problem? And you look at him and you say, what's going on? And then his face turns into a cheeseburger. You lunge. And then he grabs you, he puts you in a cell, and you think, oh, no, God, why? No, no. Except then you wake up, and you're still at home. You haven't left the couch at all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I've been Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, everybody. Getting it very hot in here. Oh man, this heat is crazy. It is so hot outside. A sparrow picking up a worm with a potholder. Anyway, please welcome to the stage, Greg Giraldo.
What's up, Savannah? It's good to be here. So I lived in New York City, you know, before I died. And everybody likes to argue about what the best city in the world is. I hate when people say they live in the best city. Like, how would you know that? People in New York all the time, we live in the greatest city in the world. How would you know that unless you've traveled to every city? You know? What if there's a city in Indonesia with 28 people? 26 of them, hot girls that'll blow you for a nickel. The other 2, guys that are gonna give you nickels. Sounds like a pretty cool spot. You might want to check that out before you go jump into conclusions. I don't know, people are dumb, everybody's a victim. During the 60s and 70s, guys, the ACLU fought amazing battles for civil liberties. Now all their battles are just jokes. I was reading the paper the other day, and they were fighting for the minimum height and weight requirement for cops. All right, in LA, there's a law. You have to be 5 feet tall as a minimum to be a cop. Seems pretty reasonable, right? 5 feet for a cop? And they said they're fighting it because it's sexist and racist. Against who? Midget, pygmy, elf children? Like, if you're not 5 feet tall, you can't be a cop. Go and learn and do something else, like ride a racehorse or something. I don't care. It really takes away from a crime scene when you just see a bunch of little people running around with tiny whistles and nightsticks. It looks like a circus act broke out in the middle of it. And you know, they have tough jobs. Like, what if they have to chase somebody on a ride? Or plant evidence on a high shelf? How are they gonna crack these cases, guys? A guy said it sucked for him because he's always stereotyped as a terrorist. Like, every time he traveled, people always assumed he was a terrorist, which does suck. But this is America. Every ethnic group has had to fight some sort of stereotype. I'm half El Salvadorian. I don't get mad every time someone assumes I'm a bullfighter. I just can't wear a cape or carry a sword. You don't think I would love to wear my skin-tight capri pants with the bedazzling on the side without hearing, look at that bullfighter, I told you they were all bullfighters. But I can't. I actually don't face that much prejudice because I'm so white. Like, most of the time when I tell people I'm a Hispanic, they always react the same way. They're like, you don't seem so Hispanic. Like, that's a huge compliment. Like, hey, man, you don't seem so Hispanic. Nice work. Good job. You almost look normal. I almost got a job on PBS for a nature show, but I didn't get it. They told me because I wasn't ethnic enough. I was like, oh, well, I'm Hispanic. They go, well, you know, not Hispanic enough. Not Hispanic enough to be a host on a PBS nature show. Like, what do they expect? Okay, look at that tiger man. Hey, Juan, Vato, bien aquí. Mira, los tigres. What do they want? I don't know, you can see a lot of very subtle prejudice in print. I was reading an article the other day about a small town in Texas, and they described this small town as overwhelmingly Hispanic. Overwhelmingly. Why didn't they just say it was crawling with them? Overwhelmingly. Wow. That's like a word you use when you're losing a war, just like Mayday, Mayday, be advised, we are overwhelmed with Mexicans. I see these greasy fuckers in my perimeter. I watch my property value drop 3 clicks north by northwest. So I was watching a show about food addiction. It was a special on food addiction, and this woman was really passionate. She is like, I am an addict. I have a disease. I am addicted to food. It is just like alcoholism or drug addiction. Really? Then how come when your wife kicks you out of your house for drug or alcohol addiction, she's a big hero? But if you kick her out of the house for fattening up a little bit, not as cool, right? And maybe you were just trying to help her hit rock bottom. Maybe you came in one day and you're like, is that powdered sugar on your shirt? Have you been eating again? Oh my God, you are stuffed in front of the kids. All right, y'all, that's all the time I got for y'all tonight.
Greg Giraldo, everybody. All right, up next, you guys are in for a real treat. Please welcome to the stage, Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, what a crowd, lovely crowd. I tell you, I never get no respect. The day I was born, the doctor slapped my mother. And then the nurse gives me a couple of left hooks. He told my parents we did everything we could, but he pulled through anyway. I tell you, it was tough growing up as a kid. My father, he threw my picture away and came the picture that came with the wallet. I tell you, it ain't easy. Tough being a kid. They bring me to the beach one day and I get lost. I find a cop. I said, I can't find my parents. He says, what do you want me to do? There's so many places they can hide. Then he finds them. They says, is this one yours? They said, yeah, but keep looking. I tell you, we grew up poor. Oh, but we were poor. For my birthday, my parents showed me a picture of a birthday cake. 3 hours I tried to blow the candles out. But I had a rich aunt that died. Oh, that was good, yeah. When they read her will, it says they mentioned me. They said, you still owe her $20. Grew up in a tough neighborhood, too. Tough neighborhood. Sign in the library said, shut the fuck up. And the kids, they were mean. They used to tape worms to the sidewalk and watch the pigeons get hernias. Jeez. I got mugged one time. The guy pulls a knife on me. I knew he wasn't professional. It still had butter on it. I tell you. Yeah, it was a tough old neighborhood I lived in. And one time I says to the cop, how far is the subway? He said, I don't know. No one ever made it that far. Jeez. Oh, then I get married. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. My wife and I, when we were going steady, she says to me one time, it's over. I said, what's the matter? Is there someone else? She looks at me and said, I only wish. She said, but I tell you, if we get married, don't even talk about sex till we get married. And then we get married. She said, well, you can talk all you want about sex now. I said, well, yeah, I like to have sex twice a day. She says, me too. Looks like we'll never see each other. When I went to put the ring on her finger when we got married, she kept giving me the wrong finger. I tell you, it wasn't easy. Oh, she's a beauty. I called her the other day. I said, wasn't that great last night? She says, yeah, who's this? After work, I says to cabbie, take me where the action is. He brings me to my house. I jump out, and there's a guy running by naked. I say, hey, pal, what's up with you? He said, you came home too early. I tell you, my wife, she's like a used car, you know what I mean? On a cold morning, she won't turn over. Speaking of used cars, I'm looking at them one time. I see my wife's dress in the glove compartment. My kids, oh yeah, there's a bunch of beauties, my kids. My daughter, right? She's taking driving lessons. First lesson, how to sit up in the back seat. Her class picture is horizontal. Her friends call her FedEx because she absolutely positively has to be there overnight when she goes out on a date. Oh, my son, though, he's bright. He's really bright. Smart kid, my son. Cuts a hole in his pants pocket. Now he can count to 11. I tell you, he drives me crazy, though. He's been going to a private school for 3 years. He still won't tell me where it is. So I bring him to Coney Island. I say, hey, let's go to the crazy house. He says, save your money, we'll be home soon. The other day he comes running in the house, Mommy, the house is on fire. She says, shut up, you'll wake your father. So he asked me for a BB gun for Christmas. Yeah, a BB gun. Well, I got it for him. He got me a sweatshirt with a bullseye on the back. I tell you. So I look up my family tree. There were 2 dogs taking a leak on it. And the in-laws, they're no better. And the in-laws are no better. I got a mother-in-law who sucks and a wife that won't. Enjoy that one. So anyway, so I go to my doctor. You know him, Dr. Vinny Gumbat. Yeah, great doctor. He says, I got bad news for you. You only get 3 months to live. I said, Doctor, I won't be able to pay my bill. He says, I'll give you 6 months. I said, Doctor, you gotta help me. You gotta help me. I have low self-esteem. I have no respect for myself. What can you do? He says, don't worry about it. You're not worth it. I said, I can't believe it. I died years ago. And now at the Wormhole in Savannah, they got some old goat named Bill Cooper doing my set. Thank you, everyone.
Rodney Dangerfield, everybody. Check. All right. I'm going to bring out someone. Please welcome to the stage, Lucille Ball.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Lucille. So, Lucille, tell me about your brother.
Which brother you want to talk about? The one that's married or the one that's in love?
The tall one.
Oh, that's Harry. Yeah, he's with the FBI.
The FBI?
Yep, they picked him up in Kansas City.
Kansas?
Well, he couldn't pick himself up, so...
Did they ever do anything about his drinking problem?
Well, my family had sent him to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist worked and worked to get to the bottom of Harry's drinking. And finally, we figured out his problem.
What was his problem?
Harry likes to drink.
Well, we all have our problems.
I think Harry drinks to forget
What was he trying to forget?
that he's a kleptomaniac.
A kleptomaniac?
Yeah, Harry loved to take things, so what my mother did to keep him from stealing is she took all of his fingers and taped them down with some adhesive except for one.
Why one?
Well, so that way he could play marbles with my other brother.
How do you play marbles with one finger?
Well, my mother did that to even up the game. See, Harry didn't have all of his fingers, and my other brother didn't have all of his marbles. Yeah. Oh.
Shit.
It's all good. But it was the finger that broke Harry's back. You see, all he could steal were donuts.
How would he steal the donuts?
Well, you just kind of go, and you get them. But donuts broke his back. He tried to get a donut out of his right-hand pocket with his left hand, and
Well, I guess he knows to use his right hand next time.
yeah, that's kind of hard when you got your pants on backwards.
He wore his pants backwards so he could walk either way.
Yep, and that's when the truck hit him.
The truck hit him?
Yeah, the truck that didn't have its lights on.
Well, why didn't the truck have its lights on?
We didn't have to. It was daytime.
Wait a minute. Why did the truck hit your brother if it was running in the daytime?
He didn't know it was my brother. No, he just saw a pair of pants walking the other way and drove right down the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lucille Ball. All right. Up next to the stage, we're going to bring Patrice O'Neill.
Hey, how y'all doing? look at this white woman right here. Like, that is some high level white woman. Look at her. That's top shelf white woman right there. That is like, black women ain't happy about that, but that's an attractive white woman. Like, you know how you tell how an attractive a white woman is? You look at her and you wonder how long they'd look for her if she ever went missing. Like, what was that? What was it? The guy, Lauren Vandersnoot. They found out he was a serial killer. Like, he killed people. He was good at it. And what was the name of the girl that they thought he killed for a long time? What was her name? Natalie Holloway. And then he killed that one girl in Peru. What was her name? Exactly. Y'all yelled that quick too. Like, it was like Family Feud. It's like, and name a white bitch that's been missing for 5 years. Ooh, Natalie Holloway. And the survey says, now name a Peruvian girl that was killed yesterday. What is that big-headed third world Peruvian bitch's name? I'm just saying, white women are valuable, you know. I know black women don't like to hit. If you went missing, how long would they look for you? Look, she didn't even say nothing. She was just like, you know, they ain't gonna look. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'd maybe look for you, but like, CNN ain't like. Look, that white woman over there, like, that's like top story on Nancy Grace for the next 6 months. Yeah. Y'all remember that, was it that one white girl, she went sailing and she went missing? They spent $500,000 taxpayer money looking for her. And I'd like for them to do the same thing for my daughter. But I mean, you go sailing. Because y'all remember the football players, Miami, they went sailing, they went missing? They looked for them for 8 minutes, maybe. They just sent someone to the edge of the beach, just like, I don't see them. It's like this, we're gonna have to call it off. The sunlight, like the sun is making abnormally difficult conditions out here. I'm just saying, I go sailing, I'm taking a white baby with me on a keychain. Like, they're gonna find me. Like, I'm gonna keep it just like right here on my belt. And I'm gonna dress it real white too. Like, I'm gonna put it in like sweatpants and a pair of Ugg boots. And I'm gonna take a picture of it. And be like, hey, if I go missing, y'all don't come look for me. This white baby's going down too. You know, I'm mad that like I can talk about like racial stuff like this, like, you know, like how much fun black people can have talking about racial things, because like, you know, like white people, y'all just gotta sit there and take it. It's like, yeah, we're evil. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, because I don't even say it, you know, just like, I don't say it because of that. Like, I just like having fun with racial stuff. But, you know, like, I talk to white people about how, like, you know, I wish we could talk more openly about racism. You know, like Obama, like, y'all tried to give Obama a chance for like 2 years. Like, I know y'all were just like, yeah, you know, we tried. And the thing is, like, black people, we were like, we're almost on your side. We are like almost on your side if y'all just wouldn't talk about how you feel about anything racial. Because we're on the edge when it comes to Obama, too. You know, like, we're sitting there like, what the fuck is Obama doing? Like, because, like, I'd be like, 'cause personally, I'm mad at him because I thought by now I'd have me a white slave. Like, I thought it was going to be Vengeance Day. Like, I expected to have a white family and just a big, fat, white bitch who warmed my bed up before I went to bed at night. It's like, go upstairs, Susan, and warm my bed and feed my babies with your big white titties. While I go outside and stare your husband in the face and decide whether I'm gonna sell him or not. It's like, hey, you know your wife's upstairs warming my bed up, right? You know that, right? Philip. Sorry, that was real uncomfortable. I apologize. Thank you. That's my time.
That was Patrice O'Neal, everybody. All right. Up next to the stage, let's welcome Bill Hicks.
How you doing, Savannah? It's been a long time since I've come here. I just finished up my flying saucer tour. I call it that because I'm kind of like a UFO. I just keep showing up in random southern cities. Nobody doubts I exist. There's this anti-intellectualism movement that's going on in America, and I haven't caught on to it yet. I was at a Waffle House in Tennessee, and I was all alone. I didn't know anyone there, and I was sitting at the table reading a book. I was reading a book, and the waitress walks up. "What you reading for?" She didn't say, "What are you reading?" She said, "What are you reading for?" Well, God damn it, you stumped me. Probably so I don't end up being a waffle waitress. Then the guy behind me, at the table behind me, I don't know him, and he stands up like this, and he goes, "Looks like we've got ourselves a reader." I felt like Boy George at a Klan meeting. Y'all gotta get out. You gotta get out. These people, you gotta get out to these truck stops. These people, there's something, man, the humanity. I was at a gas station, and I would go to get some coffee, and the guy at the counter's like, "You want the 32 ounce or the large?" I was like, "How much is in the large?" He was like, "All right, so what you're gonna do here is you're gonna pull around back, I'm gonna get this pump, and I'm gonna, That sounds like a lot of fucking coffee, dude. I don't know if I want to stay awake in Tennessee that long. I love America, though. I love America. I was in Tennessee, and I saw this sign on the side of the road, and it said, "Dirt for sale." Try to get in the mind of the guy who imagined that. Honey, get out here. We got dirt. We can use this stuff to make a planet. You won't have to be a waffle waitress anymore. I'll tell you who I hate right now. I hate pro-lifers. You're wrong. Shut up. Pro-lifers, they always have this face. They always have this face. Do you want to hang out with this? No. You want to play Pictionary with this? Is that a cross? Yeah, that's right. All right, this one. Is that a cross? Yeah, that's right. Oh man, this one's a doozy. Is that a cross? That's right, mister. You're really good at this. Want to play some more? No, thank you. I'm getting out of here. Instead of blocking arm and arm to block medical clinics, they need to get arm in arm and block cemeteries. They need to get dedicated. Like, they need to show up at funerals with crowbars. Like, get out, you're free. You're free. Get out of here. You got to be 100% on these things. Alcohol and cigarettes have killed more people than any other drug. And pot is illegal. And let me tell you this. If you're at a concert and people are drinking and people are smoking, and you see a guy who's about to punch somebody, is he on alcohol or marijuana? Good job. We can all agree on that. Now let's take two people who are about to get in a fight and they're smoking marijuana. Hey man, why'd you do that? My bad, dude. What you gonna do about it? Thank you guys. That's all I got.
Bill Hicks, everybody. Our next performer is someone I probably didn't talk to for the last end of my life. I can't stand her. She's a backstabber. Tried to go over to Fox. Click it. It didn't click on. Come manually interrupt me. You guys maintain the fourth wall of brilliant theater. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm not stupid, you old fuck. The best act in her price range, Miss Joan Rivers. Yeah. Thank you. I just got back from Mexico. It's horrible. Just horrible. $250 to swim with a fucking shark. So I went and I found the fattest woman I could find. And I said, I hope you're on your period. You know who else likes periods? Men. Men like women with periods. I'm 78 years old to this day. I carry a tampon in my purse, so if I'm at a party and no one's paying attention to me, I just drop it and I'm, oh! I could just die. And if that doesn't work and nobody's still paying attention to me, I pick it up and I swing it around my head. And if that doesn't work, I just stick it in ketchup and then I swing it around my head. Oh, fuck. Right from Mexico, I went to San Francisco. I did 2 shows there. The first show was for blind people. Blind people are so fucking selfish. So fucking selfish. When's the last time you got a compliment from a blind person? You look good. You lost weight? What's going on? Never fucking happened. Never happened. Is the train coming at me? So fucking selfish. And the second show, you can't make this up, was for deaf people. Deaf people. Why? Why are deaf people going to watch a comedy show? Why? This is what they saw. Stupid. Sidebar, can we talk about anal sex for a second? Don't you love it? So convenient. You can just and do all your internet And now with Netflix, take your time. Like I said, I'm 78 years old. You get older, things drop. Your neck drops, your tits drop, your vagina drops. Vaginas drop. Nobody told me this. Vaginas drop. I woke up this morning and I was like, why am I wearing a bunny slipper? And why is it gray? I got a friend who's my age. She was like, oh, a rat. Ah! I had to take her to the ER. And they were like, what happened? My friend stepped on her vagina. It's bullshit. Look! Look! All right, you all know I was on Celebrity Apprentice and I won. Yeah. I had so many good ideas for that. The first one was Winona Ryder, The Price is Right. They didn't buy that. And the second one, I thought I would have Snooki on a fishing show, and it would be called The Deadliest Snatch. Believe it or not, they didn't buy that either. So I thought I would do a survival show. You get an island and get a bunch of people on it. We would get all the Kardashians, all three of them, Kim, Courtney, and Lurch, the big one. She's big. She grows an inch every time she fucks a black man. And I would get them and Justin Bieber and Katy Perry, and they would all have to fight to the death. And we would call it Who Gives a Fuck. Thank you so much, you guys. That's all I got for you. Have a good one.
That soulless dead wench, Joan Rivers, everybody. All right. Up next, we have your final act of the night. I'm a big fan of his work. Please welcome to the stage, George Carlin.
You ever notice the people who are against abortion are like people you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place? People are always asking me, have a nice day. Have a nice day? Won't you have a nice day? Maybe I don't want to have a nice day. Maybe I've had 700 nice days in a row. I'm ready for a crappy day. But you're not allowed to say that. Have a crappy day. People ask how you're doing. They say, I'm fine. I'm just fine. No, you're not. Hair is fine. Paintings are fine. There's these big guys, and you say, how you doing? Like, we're great. I'm great. I just killed a bear with my bare hands, and I'm great. Some people say they're fine and dandy. I don't say that. I don't say that I'm fine and dandy, because I've never been both things at the same time. Some days I'm feeling fine, but not dandy. Close to dandy, approaching dandy, not quite dandy. Other days, I'm definitely dandy. All day long, I'm very dandy, but not fine. One time in the summer of 1974, for 3 hours, I was both fine and dandy. Nobody asked how I was. I consider it a missed opportunity. You know, every once in a while, around their stuff, your stuff when you leave, sometimes more stuff. Spend a couple days on Oahu. Now what do you take? You have the stuff in your bag, you got your stuff in your carry-on, you got stuff in your pockets, and you got keys, and you got gum, and you have your Afrin 12-hour nasal spray. But you know you're all right in Hawaii because you have your Afrin 12-hour nasal spray. So with your friends on Oahu, and they're like, we're going to spend tonight on the other side of the island. Now what do you bring? You have to take the only important things you have with you. You've got to take your pencil and your pen and your watch and your wallet and your condoms and your whips and your chains, your dildos, and a book. People are too concerned about the elections. They say if you don't vote, you can't complain. That doesn't make any sense. If I didn't vote, I didn't elect that guy, I'm the only one that should get to complain. That's not my guy. I had nothing to do with it. I was at home watching The Price is Right. Why do you complain about politicians? Because the biggest liars, the biggest offenders, the biggest bullshit story of all time is religion. You have to be in awe. You have to be in awe. The king of false promises is, can you believe they've got people to actually believe there's a little man and you can't see him in the sky? And he watches you all the time, and he keeps notes of everything you do and everything you say. And he has a list. He has a list of 10 things you're not allowed to do. And the things on the list, he throws you into this place of fire and burning and suffering and torture and screaming. And you'll be there forever and ever just burning and crying. But he loves you. And he needs money. He is all-knowing. He is all-powerful. He just can't handle money. They make billions of dollars. They pay no taxes. And you're concerned about politics. I tried very hard to believe in a loving God and a caring God. But as you get older, you look around and there's something wrong. There's famine and fire and earthquakes and floods and serial killers. This is not the work of a supreme being. This is an office temp with a bad attitude at best. At best. And I know that God is a man. God has to be a man. No woman would or could fuck things up this bad. It's just not possible. So I tried to find an alternative, something else to worship. I had to find something else to worship. And I chose the sun. Because there it is. I can see it. That helps me a lot into believing in something. I can see that it's there. It gives me everything I need. It gives me heat. It gives me light. It gives us flowers in the spring. It gives reflections on the lake. So overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight, because you can't see the sun at night. But the very next morning, I started to worship the sun. But I don't pray to the sun. Because the sun can't handle any of your prayers. Do you know who I pray to? I pray to Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci looks like someone who could really get things done. And I think he's a good actor. I think that's important. And Joe Pesci took care of a couple things God was having trouble with. Like my loud neighbor with his barking dog. Joe Pesci took care of that asshole with one visit. It's surprising what you can do with simply a baseball bat. And I find that my prayers to Joe Pesci and my prayers to God are answered about the same rate, about 50-50. Sometimes I get what I want, sometimes I don't. And it's the same as the four-leaf clover, or if you've got a rabbit's foot, or the mojo man, or the voodoo lady that tells the future by squeezing the goat's testicles. Pick your poison, sit back and relax, because it's all the same. Some people pray, and when they don't get their answers, they say, well, it's part of God's plan. It's God's will. Well, why are you praying in the first place? If it's just God's will, he's got a plan. You think you, sitting there in Tacoma, are important enough to mess up God's plan? I get worried about things. The thing I hate the most is just losing something. Do you ever just lose something? Where is it? Where did it go? It was here. It was right here a minute ago. And you look everywhere you can think of. You look at all the easy places, and then you go back to where it should be. No, it's not back yet. And you go and you look other places. You look places that you know it's not there. It's not in the pocket of your grandfather's war uniform. Did you hand him your keys before the Battle of Verdun? No. You go look in the furnace. I'll look in the toilet tank. Sometimes you're convinced it's the only place you didn't look. You can't find your car keys, and you're looking at the freezer going, they're in the freezer. I know they're in the freezer. You even make this logic in your head, bleeding all the way back to the grocery store. So I'm at the grocery store, and I'm buying the banana guacamole, and I put it in the thing, and I go home, and I take it out of the bag, and I put it into the freezer, and my car keys, I left my car keys in the freezer, and you open the freezer, and they're not there. My car keys, where are my keys? And who stole the banana guacamole? I think everything you lost goes to a place. It's just a pile. There's this ever-changing pile of things that were lost. It's just out there. And when you lose something, whoosh, that flies up to the pile. And when you find something, you go, oh, there it is. Come back, right back from the pile. I don't know where this place is, but I'm guessing that it's up in heaven. It's up in heaven, and that's where they keep all the missing balloons. You know, when you die, you get back every balloon you ever lost. And I'm a balloon guy. Oh, I love a balloon. I do love a balloon. Sometimes I say, ooh, just give me a balloon. Sometimes I say it louder, like, give me a balloon! But people usually don't. But all the balloons, if you see a balloon flying away, don't worry, don't be sad. It's going to be in the balloon room. It's right off the East Hall in the west side of heaven. I'm George Carlin. I'm looking down with you. Thank you very much. Joe bless you. Joe bless you. Joe bless you.
I made a statement earlier. That I wasn't 100% about. George Carlin is amazing. I just found this out. I made a mistake. Please welcome to the stage, Richard Pryor.
Bonus round. Let me tell y'all a little about myself. When I was younger, I used to box, and I was pretty good. I was good in the gym, not so much in the ring. The ring's where I had my problems. I'd be hitting that heavy bag, just like, pow, pow. And then I get in the ring, they be doing all of this shit. I'm like, Coach, what the fuck is this shit? And they used to always have me fighting just some motherfucker that looked like he just killed his parents. Big ass, rusty ass hands, look like you could light a match off them. I remember, we go in the ring. I'm about to fight this dude. We go in the ring, and he just walked right in there. Ding! Just start hitting himself. I'm like, well, he don't give a fuck about me. He kicking his own ass. And your first time in the ring is scary. You just being you mess around, get one lucky blow in, just like pow. You gotta take a step back. You look at your own shit like, damn, this shit might really work. You start throwing around some, you start getting a little more confident. You just like, bang, bang, ping, bang, ping, bang. And you start feeling yourself a little bit. You just bang, ping, bang. And I fucked around, left one of them pings out a little too long. And I saw in his eyes turned red. And he just hit me with this punch he brought from Mississippi. That shit came in slow motion, just like, whoo. And then it picked up momentum in Louisiana. Whoo. Then it swept through Georgia. Whoo. Shit hit me right in the ribs. You ever been hit so hard you lose all the air in your body? Like the air just say, fuck it. I wanted to go down to the ground, but my legs were in such good shape. My legs just like, fuck, he ain't hit us. You ain't about to make us look bad. I don't want to see no more police at my house taking my ass to jail for killing my car. I mean, it was kind of fair for me. I feel like it was fair for me to kill my car because, you know, my old lady was trying to leave me. And I was like, not in that motherfucker, you ain't. You leave me, you gonna be driving them hush puppies you got on your feet. Because I'm about to kill this motherfucker right now. So I pulled out, I had the 44 Magnum, and it just felt so good. I let off one, just whoom, right in the tire. The tire said, wah. That shit felt good. I shot another tire out, whoom, wah. And the vodka was in me. The vodka was just like, yeah, that shit felt good, don't it? Go and shoot something else. I shot the motor. The motor just fell out the fucking car. The motor was like, fuck it. And then the police came, and I went in the house. Because they got magnums too. And they don't kill cars. They kill nickars. That's all I got, y'all. Have a good night.
That was Richard Pryor, everybody! I want to thank everyone who came out tonight. Everyone who paid a little bit of money, come see us do this thing. We do it once a year. If you like us, come out. We do shows regularly here on the weekends. You can see all these local comics perform. I want to put on a good show for you tonight. I'm thanking you so much for being here. You guys have a nice night. I want to say the bar is not closed. The bar is still open. You get plenty of drinks. Get drunk. I'm sure we got something else going on after this. What we got going on, Jeff?
We got some DJs, little dance party, you know.
Woo!
Shake your asses.
See you around.